basically, we're just going to be discussing a pretty hot topic right now. We're going to be talking about Marvel. Very cliche, but it's like the hottest thing right now. It's been the hottest thing for like how many months?
Man, after Infinity War, I think
That's like I'm
always.
surprised I'm not tired of talking about it at this
Dude, we
point.
all are surprised.
Because let's see, this year started off with Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War.
Did Homecoming come out this week?
This week.
It's alright. Fuck. this year, or was that last year? Is that 2017?
I don't really remember. But anyway, so this year it's been gigantic for Marvel, and we're just gonna be talking about that in general. So, let's talk about before we talk about the actual movies themselves. I want to talk about like sort of the MCU and how it's impacted Hollywood, because some people could say it's for the better, some people would say it's for the worse. Let's So what do you think? For the better or for the worse in general?
Well, I mean, it's better in terms of like what cause in terms of getting like a lot of like comic book content out there. I know like a lot of people have been like after what was like the 2000 era, or at least with Marvel, we had like Daredevil, like Ang Lee's Hulk and everything. It was kind of like this whole like everybody kind of treated still comic books as like a joke because it was serious like in like the 80s with Tim Burton's Batman, and then
Would you even call that serious? I mean, it was still very jokey.
It was jokey, but like but it was like compared that to like Adam West's like whole run on Batman, and then Tim Burton stepped in. Like, all right, I can do like a little bit more serious.
What would you say was the first serious comic book movie?
The first serious one, I think it's.
I'm gonna say that.
I think it was Richard Donner's Superman.
Serious?
Well, I mean, because he took it like no. Have you seen that film?
The 70s one,
like the Christopher Reeve one.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Yeah, so like
I wouldn't call that serious.
Well, I mean, because at least like not grounded, but at least like took the Superman like genre and like title and everything like that, and then like kind of they made a film out of it, obviously, and they kind of because the first half an hour like to 45 minutes, he's not even Superman.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing though. I would call it serious in some parts, but as a whole, it's very. I don't want to say cheesy, but it's a good movie. It's just very. It's not like compare that to Batman Begins.
Well, okay, okay, that's different. That's different. Like we're talking, okay, that's Christopher Nolan,
dude. One dude has red underwear on, and the other dude is just dressed from head to toe in black.
But he's also just like a bat. I mean, who's gonna take a bat seriously?
But he looks like a. Yes, he's dressed as a bat, but if you were to take the ears off, he would look like a SWAT. Like enforcer.
A SWAT officer
he's
with
wearing,
a cape,
like military armor.
Yeah, I know that. Like also with a cape, he's just running around like But like no, but here's the thing though, like because at least with like Richard Donner, he took Superman, right, and he was able to make him and Clark. Actually, he focused a lot more on Clark Kent than anything, because that's like I mean, at least what I think is like the definitive Superman.
I could say that.
Like because like he took him seriously, or at least he tried to make the attempt to make him like at least grounded like a really like real world type of Superman, like the best we can do like around the time when that came out.
If you thought that was serious, what'd you think of Man of Steel?
Okay, Man of Steel is a whole different fucking story. Because at least Man of Steel, all right, shit. That had promise. If you go back and see like the teaser trailer, that had promise. Like I saw a teaser trailer when I went to go see. I think it was Dark Knight Returns. And sorry, Dark Knight Rises is when I went to go see that trailer. And I was like, all right, it seems pretty cool because actually showed him like it didn't even show him in a suit yet. And I was like, okay, they're going back and at least kind of reinventing him. Like he was basically Jesus Christ just walking around. But
basically, yeah.
But like that's the thing though. Like
I never actually saw Man of Steel, by the way.
You never saw Man of Steel?
No. I kind of here's the thing. A lot of people didn't like it. And Chris Nolan had input on it, so I'm afraid to watch it.
Chris Nolan had input in the sense that, like, David S. Goyer, when they were taking a break between The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, David Goyer was like, hey, I got this idea for a Superman movie, like a grounded, realistic Superman movie. And Chris Nolan was like, all right, pitch it to me. And he pitched it to him, and he's like, that's actually a really good idea. So he brought it to Warner Brothers. And then they're like, oh, okay, cool. And he's like, do you want to film? And he was like, I can't because I have to film Dark Knight Rises. Like they already had he was already thinking about Dark Knight Rises and stuff, and he wouldn't want to delve into another superhero trilogy because he only wanted to do one. So, in the sense that he became a producer, in that sense,
it doesn't work.
It really doesn't work. But I can't blame him because he didn't write the script. Like he helped David S. Goyer go out.
I don't blame him for the movie. He just said that's a good idea, but he really didn't make.
Because Man of Steel did have cool like qualities to it and stuff. Like it had good inputs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like it had, okay, okay, you can get the Jesus allegory and stuff like that in the film, but like other than that, it's kind of like a whatever movie. I mean, they pretty much listened to what everybody said about Superman Returns.
Yeah.
With Bryan Singer and shit like that he did, and they're like, all right, let's put more action in it, and that's it.
Basically.
And then they're like always have a bunch of Jesus allegory and like metaphors and stuff like that because he's Superman.
But anyway, back to the question, like, what would be the first serious?
The first year, I think the first serious one is Richard Donner Superman.
I don't think that's serious.
No, I mean it's as serious as grounds as we're gonna get. If you,
at the time it was serious.
Yeah.
Now.
I mean now it's. I mean shit. I'll watch that over any DC film today. To be honest.
I actually agree. Other than Wonder Woman, I like Wonder Woman.
You think Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman movie was
the Gal Gadot one.
Yeah, the only one.
Honestly,
that's the first. Okay. Wait,
no. I'm saying that's.
You will watch that.
Movie.
You will watch that one over Richard Donner Superman.
Yes.
Oh my lord, what's wrong with you?
I saw the Donner Superman film, but I never really. I saw it when I was young, so it wasn't really one of those films I grew up on.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of attachment to it. Maybe if I rewatch it, I'd enjoy it a bit more. But I'm tempted to say, when did V for Vendetta come out?
That came out like in 2009, right? Hold on, I can check that actually.
Yeah, honestly, Google it.
All right.
I felt like that was an older movie, but yeah, I guess that's a pretty recent one. Maybe Batman Begins.
Oh shit, that movie came out in 2005.
Oh, so that's the same year as Begins. So I'd say that was the year when they started taking themselves a bit more seriously, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
or as being darker. How about this? Instead of the first serious movie,
there was dark one. Okay,
yeah.
then I guess
then the Donner one doesn't count at all. It's super.
Well, I mean,
super over the top, lighthearted.
Well, I mean, in that case, then it has to be Tim Burton's Batman. Like
that one looks dark. Like the color palette is.
It's dark. A pretty dark film. Like it is pretty dark. I mean, the only goofy element of it is Jack Nicholson's Joker.
That's the darkest part, but even then, it's goofy.
Yeah, he's a Joker.
Like even when he's like melting people with acid, he's still like laughing and it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
I mean, are there any moments in that movie when you're actually like watching it and you're like, wow, that's dark. Like, wow, that's yeah, I'm saying like. I
think it was when like Bruce is like literally like finding out that, or at least the Joker's character, like Jack Napier, found out that he's like killed his parents. Like that was like a moment. That and the fact that when Vicky Vale found the Batcave, essentially, which granted, I don't know why the fuck Alfred did that in the first place, just let her in and stuff. But it's cool.
It's a movie.
But also that's a really good outfit, by the way. Just side note.
Oh yeah, they used him for like the next 4 films.
Yeah, but like no, but I think that's like the first, at least the first one they took kind of seriously because before then you had Pow, Thwap, Thump for freaking Adam West. Have you I mean you look at Adam West's Batman, right? And then look at freaking Michael Keaton's Batman.
Comparatively, I'd say Keaton's is way darker.
Keaton also killed like 2 people in that movie.
That's true.
He also killed the Joker. Like no one talks about that. Hold on. Hold on. Like real quickly, like that's some bullshit right there. A lot of people give Ben Affleck's character so much shit for killing like, so many people, but everyone's like, oh, he killed. He's like, oh, he's the only Batman I killed. No. The reality of the situation is that Michael Keaton killed just as many people.
Did the comic come out? Was that already established rule for him that he doesn't kill people?
Yeah, I think that was like because Bob Kane and Bill Finger, like they went out, like he had a gun when he first started out, like but then
that's right. Batman had a gun.
He had a gun, like he was just killing mobsters left and right. But then like afterwards, they decided. I think it was the editor. I might be wrong about that. If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. But like,
wait, so the Bob Kane version you're talking about,
the first Batman essentially. Yeah, he had a gun.
Speaking of, this is complete side note, we're already off track. But just a side note that the last Batman film that Bob Kane
saw,
was Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Is that not one of the most depressing things about planet Earth?
That's sad right there. He needs to live to see Batman Begins.
But anyway, so I guess we've established that the first dark superhero movie that we know of is the 1980s one.
Yeah, 1989 one. Because then it just gets darker from there because Batman Returns.
So I guess you could say that started like the modern superhero trend that we know of, or at least started the spark that started the ones now.
Yeah. Because then later on it died after Batman and Robin.
But then I'd say that the thing that sparked the new ones is Batman Begins.
Batman Begins did spark the new ones.
Because after Batman and Robin Batman and just superhero movies in general and comic book movies started really going downhill.
Well, yeah, because then afterwards you had like what? You had Ang Lee's Hulk in there. You had Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
None of those.
You
Really
had Elektra.
None of those.
Blade.
We don't talk about these movies.
And then I guess like I was gonna say, well, V for Vendetta also came out the same year. Actually, came out in March. Actually.
Could you even? I mean, okay, it's based on a comic book, obviously, but it's much. I don't know. V for Vendetta. It's just kind of a different animal for me. Like it doesn't follow any
he's not
comic.
he's not really a superhero, to be honest. He's kind of he's an anarchist.
He's a guy who throws knives really cool.
Well, he's an anarchist, like essentially.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't follow the whole. Here's our hero. Here's the guy we root for who has superpowers.
Well, I mean, we do root for him. I mean, shit, I root for him. Look at that.
But
man.
not in the same. Like you don't root for V the same way you root for Iron Man. It's much more.
Well, I mean, yeah, because that's, I mean, V for Vendetta is more political in that sense. I mean, Marvel didn't really get political really until like in like Winter Soldier.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of removing V from the whole superhero.
Oh, well,
talk.
okay. Well, in that case,
it's kind of his own thing.
Okay, well, because then in that case, it's just, Batman Begins. It's just Chris Nolan's Batman Begins.
Here's an observation I made that Batman Begins came out, right? That was the origin story.
Yeah.
In the Nolan verse. And then as soon as Batman Begins, it takes usually about 2 to 3 years to make a film, right?
About yeah.
Yeah. Batman Begins comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly 3 years later, the origin story for Iron Man comes out. So I'm thinking Marvel saw how awesome origin stories can be, and so they made Iron Man.
Well, yeah, because well, at least with Marvel, they took a gamble. Because one, they took a gamble on Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Who was at the time an alcoholic at this point, and it was just a fucking mess.
He was a mess.
And then they're like, all right.
He's good now, though.
And he's good now. I mean, and then he's like, oh, okay, we'll take a B superhero, which is Iron Man. Okay, everybody forgets about that. Iron Man was a B superhero. He wasn't even like.
No one really knew.
Yeah, no one really gave a shit about Iron Man. They're like, oh yeah, he looks okay. And then they were able to, go out with a half-done script.
And now he's like one of the most popular superheroes ever.
Yeah, so like.
But what I'm saying is that Batman Begins kind of, honestly, I think it sparked the MCU because Iron Man came out. They saw how good that movie came out, and then you have 2 more Marvel origin stories: First Avenger and Thor. So after Batman Begins, you have 3 Marvel origin stories doing basically the same thing Batman Begins did, which is introducing new superheroes.
Well, I mean, here's the thing though. It's like those movies, at least, like Iron Man spent a long time actually before he even got the suit. Like he spends like the good first 20 minutes, I think.
Just like Begins.
Well, here's the thing though. Batman Begins, we did not see Bruce Wayne in the Batman outfit till like the second act. That was like almost an hour into the film.
It was almost the halfway point, yeah.
Yeah, it was literally almost a halfway point when we get to see him in the suit.
And it's the same thing with the Iron Man.
I think so. Well, I think
you see the Mark 1 for a little bit.
You see the Mark 1, and then he went on and did the Mark 2, which is the silver one, and then he went off and did his actual. So we can argue. I mean, you can argue like the Mark 2 it would have been his first suit because we do see him like at least in the comics like running around in that.
But I just wanted to come up with a way to credit the MCU to Chris Nolan.
To Chris.
In a way, you could say he indirectly made the MCU.
Well, I mean, because at least like what was his face? Like Chris Nolan took a gamble on that one. He was able to make it really pretty solid.
He was kind of a nobody. I mean, he made some really good films.
Yeah, no, he
wasn't as big as he was today, even close.
No, because he did Following, which was his really his first film. But his first actual film would have been Memento, and then Insomnia, and then Batman Begins.
Yeah, because Prestige was after Begins.
Yep, and then Prestige went afterwards. And then he only became really famous. He came a little bit famous with Batman Begins, but he became really famous with Dark Knight.
I love that movie. Just disclaimer for anyone. If anyone mentions The Dark Knight, it's just, oh my god, I love that movie. It's just kind of like, it's like, what's the opposite of a trigger?
I guess like a
good trigger. A good trigger. I guess that's what you'd call it. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say that Chris Nolan made the MCU. But anyway, so
it's a good statement right there. Chris Nolan made the MCU.
So back to the topic. So has the MCU done good or bad for Hollywood? And here's like kind of both arguments for both sides.
Oh wait, they can't hear us. Can you hear us? Hold up.
I don't know. Let's see.
Hold up. Cause I'm like, thank God I put this up there. Okay, how about now? Can you guys hear us now, or do we have to speak really into the mic?
You gotta pay way more attention to your chat. If this was my chat, I would have been.
I can't see from here. Okay.
Go up there and read it. You can always set up the mic. You can always set up the camera.
Because like that's the thing about this thing. It's like it's alright. Because we have to be like right here.
No, here's is that playing through the microphone that we're using, or is that playing through your phone's microphone?
I mean, it might be my phone's microphone.
Yeah, in that case, they can't hear us because they're pretty far away.
Oh, okay.
So bring them closer.
Oh, okay, wait. Oh, okay, how about
Bring them close. Bring your phone closer.
Well, I mean, just I don't know where to put this thing. I'm gonna put it right there.
That's not close enough.
That's close. Hey.
There we go. See?
He was, what the fuck?
What? There you go. I think that's better.
Is it just like? Is it just
Can
like?
they hear us now?
I don't even know. Now I'm just looking at my face. That looks ugly.
Read your chat. Pay
Wait,
attention.
I can't. You know what? I can't do two things at once. I'm gonna put it right there.
Pay attention to your fans.
Wait, the one fan.
They saying they can't hear you. You gotta fix the problem.
Well, I mean, like, if it's here, it's fine. If it's right there, I can't fix that. That's just a...
So then bring them closer. They want to watch.
Just
okay. If you can't hear and Ahmari is not fixing the problem, just tune in onto the YouTube stream. All right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Should we? Does that YouTube stream have a link? It's the WSVA, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
The channel's live right now, so just click in WSVA on YouTube, and it should pop up. Easily.
Portrait mode. Okay, I can do portrait mode.
Yeah.
Shit.
Stop cursing, damn it. All right. Anyway, though. So
it stays right there. Okay.
All right, and read your chat once in a while. People will update you on their problems.
All right. This. All right. Can you guys hear us now? Is that?
Again, I don't think.
Anna, can you hear us? Cause.
Hi, Anna.
Can she? No. Okay, fuck it. All right, let's go keep going. I'll pay attention while we're doing our thing. All right, so
anyway, but the arguments for both sides are that obviously the MCU for a lot of people is like the greatest thing to ever happen to humanity.
Yeah,
I'm not one of them, but I think it's really, really good. I'll say that.
Well, yeah, because you're saying it was a Hollywood, so like, in terms of at least with Hollywood. Yeah, I mean it's helped out Hollywood in the sense that like making money. I can't say in terms of like content, really.
I mean, they've certainly improved. Like, I think even in the MCU, like their films have gotten progressively better as they gone along.
They got better, but like there's also a time where it was just bad. It was just horrible.
Like which film in particular?
Oh, I mean, because after the first wave, I guess, or the first phase, then you had like the sequels that came out afterwards, and a lot of those sequels kind of because we can be honest here, like in terms, I mean, Iron Man did not have a good run.
I liked Iron Man 2. I didn't see 3.
I mean, at least like
everyone told me 3 is terrible. So
3 is terrible. It's just
I want to watch it at some point because I get the feeling I'd like it.
I just don't think Shane Black should just touch anybody's franchises.
People told me that 2 wasn't good. I watched 2 and I loved it.
I just think 2's a filler. That's all I think about 2.
I don't mind that in a superhero movie.
But I don't want a filler. I want like a good film. Like okay, you take Iron Man 1, right?
The name of the movie is Iron Man 2.
No, okay. You have Iron Man 1, right, which is really good and actually surprisingly kind of political, right? Then you have fucking Iron Man 2, which is just basically filler just for the Avengers movie. And then you have Iron Man 3, which was Shane Black doing a Shane Black shit and like trying to make it kind of cool and stuff. And it was like, like if you go back and watch like the first trailer, like the teaser trailer for Iron Man 3, it had such promise. Like it looked dark and gritty. Like it did like the pretty much the I'm gonna call it the Nolan formula now.
Yeah, the best thing to happen
because
to anyone.
Which I guess Nolan improved on the formula because you can argue that Star Wars did the formula first with their trilogy because you have the first one being pretty cool, then the second one gets dark, and then the third one is like and the third one kind of wraps up. But Christopher Nolan's like, all right, dude, the first one is good or whatever. Then you do the second one which is dark but also really 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 good, and the third one's kind of like. You have to kind of test your hero again, but you have to make it kind of like depressing. It's almost like the lone wolf.
I would agree with that in terms of Empire, but talking about Jedi,
no.
Jedi is like it's dark in some parts and then it's just straight up goofy in other parts.
You told me that motherfucking Ewok scene when he got blown up and he's like looking and he's like waking up the Ewok. You gotta tell me, you gotta sit there, look at me in the face, and tell me that was not traumatic for you.
I mean that was dark. No, I'm saying some parts were really
Fuck
dark.
the Ewoks, by the way.
Oh my god. Ewoks are fine. I don't know. I like Ewoks. But anyway, back to superheroes. Here, like they made some really good films. Like how many are there? Like 20?
I think so, right?
It's like 20. Look up how many MCU films are there, and also watch your chat.
I'm watching our chat.
Pay attention to the fans.
Alright, how many?
Honestly, can I take care of your chat? These people need support.
Well, I mean, like it's a lot. Oh shit!
Don't cancel it.
I'm not canceling it. Now it's just like one person.
Oh, Anna's advertising for her podcast. On our stream.
Oh yeah, she was gonna like talk shit about everything, but then they
But anyway, so how many MCU films are there?
How many people are? Wow,
Please tell me it's zero. That'd be so funny.
it's just one.
Oh yeah, we have a fan. Oh my god.
That's just sad.
No, that's fine. No, this is our first time. But how many MCU films are there?
So far,
I
20
think.
films.
Oh, it's exactly 20.
I think so, yeah.
I was right on it. Anyway, so the first one's obviously Iron Man. Then we go with Incredible Hulk. Then the rest is the origin stories.
Yeah,
But
Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk. Actually, no, Incredible Hulk is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
the argument has been that they've done a really good job with these 20 films. It doesn't. Honestly, the exact number doesn't matter. But I just need like an estimate.
Holy shit, yeah, it's 20.
But with these 20 films, they made some really good stuff. Obviously, some of them are misses for you, but in general, they made some really quality content that's definitely rewatchable and enjoyable.
But I mean, in terms of what you're saying about Hollywood, I mean, I don't know much about.
No, here's what I mean. A lot of people are saying that basically, look at any franchise nowadays and tell me that they're not trying to copy the MCU.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
Look at DC.
you got that dark universe. You remember that shit?
You talk about the Mummy?
Yeah, remember that?
That was. I was gonna talk about that.
Remember the attempt?
Where they made the first movie, and the first movie failed so bad that did they cancel Ideas for that, or are they still going with it?
No, they canceled it.
That's.
I mean, like they said they put it on hold. They're like going back to the whiteboard. It's just
The
it's
drawing
sad.
board.
I call it the whiteboard.
Oh, you'd say it with the H. Oh my god. But anyway, like all these studios are trying to copy the formula of lots of movies all in one universe. Another one is what do they call it? The Godzilla movies.
Oh, the monster universe, like I don't know what it's called.
I don't think it has a name, but it started with the Godzilla remake.
Yeah.
Then Kong Skull Island, and now Godzilla King of Monsters.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched those movies, but I saw.
Godzilla's good. No, I don't like King of Monsters. I mean, I don't like fucking Skull Island.
I saw
God
Godzilla. All parts. I saw the good stuff. I skipped all over
Really?
all the human stuff.
I mean, it's okay. It's an
People
alright
are
movie.
saying that like Godzilla didn't have enough screen time, and honestly, I kind of agree with that because
I mean, here's the thing though. Like the OG Godzilla didn't. He barely had any screen time.
Yeah, it's because they couldn't.
Yeah, no, but like,
Almost
I mean, I think they paid homage to it, and it's fine. Like, I don't want to see. It's kind of like in a horror movie. Like, I don't want to see the creature.
I'll agree. The payoff was really good.
Payoff is right. It's great.
That final,
that
final conversation between the Mutos and Godzilla was really entertaining. And as ridiculous as it was, I loved that they gave him the atomic breath.
I mean, it's
It
really.
literally just it makes no sense whatsoever, but it's just fun to watch. But anyway, they're doing the same thing MCU's doing, which is lots of movies all taking place in one universe. Is this good or bad? Like, if everyone could you argue Star Wars is trying to copy it? I don't think so. I think Star Wars is kind of
Star Wars is his own thing.
It's terrible, but you can't blame that on them trying to copy the MCU. But there are multiple examples of these movies, and obviously DC, which failed so spectacularly. The DCEU. It's just depressing.
They lost Cavill, so like shit.
It's just depressing to talk about because I
don't know how to pronounce his name.
I'll agree the MCU is better than the DC universe, but I don't know. Like I grew up with like DC heroes like Batman and Wonder Woman. Those are my peeps, and it just makes me so sad that they're such bad movies. But like, if the MCU had never existed, would DC have made those movies? I don't think they would have.
Well, they're gonna go. Yeah, probably not. I mean, I think they were gonna go ahead and do something.
Man of Steel came out the year Dark Knight Rises came out, which is 2012, right?
Yeah.
That was what? That's the same year Avengers came out.
No, 2013 actually. 2013 is when Man of Steel came out.
They were doing single hero movies.
Yeah, but I think they were gonna do it eventually anyway. So
it was only when Avengers came out that they were like, oh wait, we need to have these gigantic ensemble movies too.
You're right. You ain't wrong.
So I'm like, is this in the long run? Is having the MCU worth all these other studios making absolute trash content? Like, is the MCU that good that it's worth all these studios existing and making all these terrible movies?
Well,
or
I mean,
would it have been better if the MCU had never existed and all these movies would have just been left to be written and directed normally without the pressure
of the MCU? I mean, I mean, who knows?
It's a tough question.
I mean, like, honestly speaking, because the MCU puts so much pressure on people. that's the thing though. It's they just like to do that. They just I mean not I'm not gonna say they like to do that, but it's just I don't know. MCU is just
Yeah,
very like
I'm sure the executives love that they're top of the food chain right now.
I mean shit. I mean Disney already bought them, so like they can do whatever they want at this point. But
You know, for because honestly, few franchises are as universally loved as like something like the MCU. Like I can think of like you have Star Wars. What was it? Well, I just had one. Harry Potter. These are franchises that like. There's always gonna be haters, obviously.
well,
But
because,
generally everyone.
well, because like
loves.
the MCU did such a great job right now, at least establishing a universe and at least going out of their way to do a universe.
That's one thing. If all these others, it's these studios that try to copy the MCU, they're not really copying it. They're copying like the final chapter, but they're forgetting the amount of setup it took.
Well, I mean that's the other thing though. It's like it's going back to even the origin story kind of like
Yeah.
fiesta that's going happening. People don't really want origin stories, which I think they're just necessary in general for all these for some of these like for some films like Spider-Man. We all know who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
I mean, like Batman, we all know who Batman is. We all know who Superman is. We all know the basic stories of those characters and stuff. But in terms of like people like Captain Marvel, like I'm gonna need an origin story for Captain Marvel. 'Cause I don't know who the fuck Captain Marvel is. Like I mean I've seen her comic book around, but I don't know what she does.
Yeah.
Or straight up with like fucking like what is his name? Like Doctor Strange. Like I have no idea what he does. All I know he's like a freaking wizard. That's all I know about Doctor Strange. And like some of these other people, I mean, I grant that people are like, oh, it's kind of boring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just get to them when like in the costume and stuff like
But
that.
then DC didn't do that.
Yeah, no, DC didn't do that at all.
In
Like
Justice League, you had
Cyborg, Flash.
one hero who had an origin story. The rest of the 5 were introduced in ensemble films.
Yeah, they were, and then people just didn't like that or whatever, or
because it's like if you're gonna copy Marvel, copy them correctly. Iron Man came out in 2008. Avengers came out 4 years later. They spent 4 years building up that universe before the ensemble film. Meanwhile, the first origin story for the DCEU was Man of Steel, which I don't think was meant to be an origin story for an ensemble movie.
I think
it was just meant to be a movie.
I mean, I just think they're just trying to just like
they forced it on it.
You know.
And then Man of Steel came out in 2013. When did Justice League 2016?
17.
17?
Yeah.
Oh no. When did Batman v Superman come out? Was that 2015?
15. Yes.
Yeah. So literally one origin story, and then 2 years later an ensemble film. You're not copying the Marvel formula there.
Okay, they had to skip a couple steps, obviously, like in terms of just trying to get the big superhero film out there and stuff. But you're gonna need those origin stories anyway, because I can't think of another way you can do like what they want to do really, because you're gonna have to copy Marvel. But here's the thing about that: it's like you're copying Marvel and stuff, but then you're like. You're gonna be compared to Marvel anyway. That's the end of the day. Like even if DC went through and said we're just gonna do each one in a film, people are gonna be bitching and moaning and say, oh, we're gonna do Marvel. I can't think they'd be like, oh, they're copying Marvel again, and like
that's true. They would.
And like everybody's gonna be bitching.
They already are.
But I mean, they already are. But like you're gonna
do it.
But you
might as well do it right.
But yeah, no. But you're gonna have to because otherwise you're gonna get shit like Justice League where it's like just a collection of a mess, and then and then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, let's just go back for a second.
There was one moment I liked in Justice League.
There's something about Justice League I like.
I mean, I don't know. I thought the whole thing was kind of a mess, but I do love that moment where Flash is running up to Superman and he like his eye moves. I thought that was funny. Did you hate? Don't tell me you hated that moment.
I hated that moment.
What was wrong with that?
See, that's like this stupid face. He was like, "What?" He's like, "You see me?"
That's what made it funny. I mean, half the moments in the MCU are stupid too, but that's what makes them funny. I mean, I guess if it was in a good film, you might have liked it, but since it was in a terrible film, I guess you couldn't.
He literally went like, "What? You see me, Superman?"
That was not the best.
Also, where the fuck was the black suit in that film? That was some bullshit. I was promised a Superman black suit, and I never got that.
Oh, you got Superman shirtless. Isn't that better?
Why would I want to see Henry Cavill? That's like me. That's oh my god. That's like me seeing a bad Ryan Gosling movie, and then me being and it'd be like, well, to show him like without his shirt on, right? That was at least worth it.
It's true. Ryan Gosling kind of plays the same character in all his movies.
Well,
I've seen. I'm sure. I love him, but like him in Blade Runner 2049, and he just kind of has that same like dead expression.
I mean,
which looks really good.
I mean, he's a replicant. Spoiler alert. But it's not really a spoiler. People already knew that.
The movie starts with him being
A replicant, yeah. I just remember in the trailer. I just never thought he'd be a replicant. Anyway,
But okay, so I do want to come to a conclusive, like, opinion. Like, is the MCU worth all these bad movies? Because let's be honest, all these bad movies, The Mummy, everything in the DCEU. This is all because of the MCU. Is it, is it good enough that it's worth all of these terrible blockbusters? Blockbusters, my ass. But yeah.
No, I mean it's not even worth it. I don't know why.
Wow, you would. So you, if given a choice, you would erase the MCU from existence.
Yeah, because I would.
What?
Yeah, I would do that.
What?
Yeah, I'm like that. No, because I would honestly erase it.
Would you guys erase it from existence? Really?
Yes. Yeah, because like why? Okay, because like as much as they make some good films and some pretty decent films, I mean like I would want to see a fucking good Superman movie. I want to see a good Wonder Woman movie. Which okay, before anybody starts bitching and moaning, we have an okay Wonder Woman movie. We have an okay one. It's okay for the first 2 acts. Then they lose me in the 3rd act when she battles a fucking CGI monster looking thing, Ares. Which by the way, that actor who is in Harry Potter, mind you, I can still see his stupid mustache under that freaking armor.
I'll give you that one. The mustache I could have done without. But in general, the CGI was good. There was no moment in that fight.
No, but here's my problem with the DCEU though. Every battle needs to end with a CGI monster. Man of Steel, besides Man of Steel, which was Zod, you had what you had.
He was basically a CGI monster.
He was basically CGI. Yes. But besides that, but what you had straight up Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, Doomsday. Then you had fucking Wonder Woman, which was Ares. Then you had Justice League, which was freaking Steppenwolf, right? They're all CGI afterwards.
You know what? Oh my god!
It's just not worth it at this point.
You know
if you're gonna.
Funny though, Marvel also does the same thing, but when they do it right.
Yeah.
Every villain in Infinity War is a
CGI monster. So it's not really worth it. So it's not worth it though. It's really not worth it.
Thanos is like one of the best villains ever, and he's a CGI monster that's overpaid. He's basically Doomsday with a brain.
Can't see. This is why it's not even worth it at this point.
When Doomsday does his like explosion thingy in Batman v Superman, I felt like, oh my god, this is just like explosions for the sake of explosions. Like I hate this. And then on the other hand, Thanos can destroy a moon and use it as a bullet, and I'm like, wow, this is cool.
I thought it was bullshit though, just because I was like, oh, everybody's like, he throws a moon. And I'm like, he throws pieces of a moon. He throws pieces of it.
Okay, I could tear this notebook in half and throw both pieces. You would still the entire mass of the notebook.
No, but it's not like the entirety of like of the moon.
If he throws the moon down, he's gonna kill himself.
I'm just gonna. I really got a response to this.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's what you gotta do. That's how you take care of your fans.
I'm like, hi.
Can y'all hear us?
Well, she's like, I'm the only one here. This is an old friend of mine.
Hi, old friend of Ahmari. What's up?
Well, like,
I swear, I don't know if they can hear us when you're putting them that far away. Because that's the phone's microphone.
Shit.
Just put it over here, man. It's fine.
No, I had it right the first time.
Just put it over here. Oh my god. I'm going to keep talking about the topic while you set that up. But in my opinion, I would not trade in the MCU.
What?
Because, okay, here's the thing. I can't see other timelines. I can't predict what would have happened if the MCU would have never existed. I just know that the MCU that exists now, I really love. I am super hyped for Captain Marvel and for Avengers 4. I don't know. I don't know if I would trade in that hype for something that may or may not have been good, because it's fully possible that
I don't know. I
don't know
if
I would trade in that hype for something that may. Whoa, that is horrifying. Please stop that.
You hit it then.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Wait, are you muting our audio?
Well, it's muting this audio.
Yeah, that's why you don't touch that stuff, man. Here, no, because I don't know if that'll mute our mic.
Well, no.
Well, turn it back on. Alright, there we go.
That's weird. I like that though. Go on.
Okay, whatever. We'll have all this stuff definitely way, way more down in the second week. But I don't know if I would trade in. I think I wouldn't because I just love the one that exists now way too much.
No, I mean just like I don't know. It's like I like it's just kind of not worth it if like we're gonna have such shit films out there. I want to take some time and shit.
No, it's turning down the feedback from us.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, but go ahead.
But like, yeah, I don't want to like have it so that we just have just shit films and now like not quality films.
Okay, Man of Steel existed I think we can agree that Man of Steel existed regardless of whether the MCU would have existed, right?
Yeah.
With Man of Steel, were they heading in a good direction?
I think it was fine. I mean, there was room for improvement, obviously. But like, then they want to do what the MCU did, and yeah, I mean, shit. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's something like if the MCU would have never existed, we would have gotten something like Man of Steel. But then where would that have gone?
I mean, depends really. I mean, Man of Steel had like some people really like this, some people don't really like it. I think out of all the MCU fuck, all the DCEU films out there, that's like the strongest for me. Besides maybe Wonder Woman.
Hey, there we go.
Besides maybe that, but then again, but while Man of Steel suffers from two acts that are like, its third act was really great for me. Cause I like what they did with the third act at least, and like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, it's just I feel like it's like the MCU is not really worth it at this point. If we're just gonna keep cranking out just bad fucking films for the rest of eternity.
I don't know, this year, the MCU films that come out this year have really blown me away. I've really enjoyed these.
I mean, like I didn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp. The Ant-Man movies are just like, eh.
Ant-Man was good. Ant-Man and the Wasp was meh, but it was still good at parts.
I did not like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I thought it was a bit weird in that it was way shorter than most MCU movies.
No, yeah, because it's just smacked after Infinity War. That's the only thing about it.
And it ended really suddenly.
Yeah, because it's just like right there. It's literally like a placeholder for Captain Marvel, which I'm a little bit more excited for, but like but then again, it's kind of like with the MCU. This is what I was afraid of. Like, it feels like a chore. Like, I need to watch another film. Like, every single time they have a new film, I'm like, well, I gotta watch this one. Otherwise,
that's actually pretty. Otherwise,
I'm not gonna get what's gonna happen in the next movie. They're gonna reference something.
I can see
which a friend of mine, right? A friend of mine, she was saying to me. She was like, you watch Ant-Man and the Wasp? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you don't need to watch it. And she's like, no, it's fine. I already looked up the post-credit scene anyway. I looked at her and I was like, nah, she right, though. Like, if you can just do that, because that's what we're in for, really. We're just in for the post-credit scene.
I like the movie.
I mean, no,
the movie was alright.
No,
it was meh, but it was a good meh.
That movie,
meh.
No, that movie has straight up, God. They had so many opportunities. Like that's like a family movie right there. That's like with Jan and everything like that. It's a family movie, and like there's so many things they just wasted Jan.
I thought she was gonna be in it for more.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Why
this
was she
is
on
what
the poster.
This is what I'm talking about, though.
And why did they get what's her face?
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Why did they get Pfeiffer for that role? She's gonna be there for 3 seconds.
Exactly. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. It's like people like you're gonna like it's not really worth it though because they're good. Like some of them are good films or whatever. They're good movies, and that's the other thing. Like I'm talking about them as like movies, like not films. Like Dark Knight, that's a good film, but like.
Also, it's funny to see DC actors switching over to Marvel movies.
Yeah, I mean,
like they had Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
obviously Pfeiffer was previously known for Catwoman, so I'm like, wow, they're really stealing all the DC actors.
Oh wait, we gotta answer that one.
Answer all of them. Don't answer just some of them. Answer all of them.
I'm sorry. I'm bad at like multitasking.
Be a good host. I can talk while you're doing that. But so I guess we're straight down the middle. I'd say that I would not trade in the MCU, and you say that you would trade in the MCU.
I would.
All right. Wow. So I guess I was also thinking, like, what is it that makes the MCU good compared to the ones that try to copy it? We already kind of covered that. In that the MCU goes way slower. They have patience.
Fuck this. You answer this.
What do you want me
Just
to do?
answer all of them. I can't do it.
Oh.
I can't multitask.
This isn't even my Instagram, but now you want me to do them.
But
okay. Also, why didn't he mention our names? Wow, Ahmari, why didn't you mention people's names?
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I felt I don't know why I was thinking about.
We got Matt.
Yeah, most of the people are my
What's
friends.
your friend's name?
My friend's name is Matthew.
No, this one.
Oh damn it, I forgot. Oh, Angelica.
Angelica. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure Jelly isn't her name. But hi, Angelica. Hi, Matt. I know Nicole. All right, so that's three of you. I think we have three. No, we have four. Who's the fourth one? Oh, Abby. What's up, Abby? Okay, those are the four people we have on here so far. See, just put here. Here. See, it's way better. Is that not better? See? Anyway.
Okay. So the person I was talking about was Jackie. Jackie was telling me she was like, I haven't seen Ant-Man and Wasp, but I can look at
it was Jackie?
Yeah. No, I mean, she likes the MCU. Don't get me
Jackie
wrong.
did my nails, for all of you who don't know. They're kind of chipping off now, but they've been on for a whole week, so some good work right there.
But like, I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I just don't think they're worth all these films. And then again, they just feel like chores.
I'd say that. I mean, to a degree.
Oh, no, ain't here, by the way. Sorry, Matt.
But now let's go through. Let's go. You want to go through every single? Let's go through every single one and like try to come up with a consensus on the opinion for it.
Okay.
So first one, obviously Iron Man. I think we both love that movie. The first Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That was good.
I thought the ending was a little bit too comic booky.
Really? I like the ending.
I thought Ironmonger was such a I don't know. I thought it was kind of such a corny villain.
Okay, fine. Villain aside, yes.
When he
I thought she'd be like the actual ending where he's like, I am Iron Man, and then
no.
everybody's
That
like,
was
holy
amazing.
shit.
That was amazing. That was the best part of the movie. But no, I'm saying like when Iron Man's like going to the like flying to the sky and Ironmonger literally like takes off in his Hulk armor. And I'm like, he looks like the Iron Giant. He honestly looked like the Iron Giant to me. But overall, it was a really good movie. I really liked the way it started, where it starts off with him doing his playboy philanthropist act, and then like everyone gets shot. And one of my favorite moments is when the rocket comes down,
and
his name is on the rocket. That was fantastic for me. Which one came after? Obviously, I think it was Iron Man 2, right? 2010?
No, it was Incredible Hulk afterwards.
No, it was Iron Man 2. Because Hulk was 2011.
Oh, hold up. I'm going to say MCU films.
No, it was right up. It's right there. Just scroll up. And.
Oh, this also came in 2008.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, so.
I'm just going to look them up in order. MCU.
So, Incredible Hulk. I actually never saw that movie.
Alright, it's the best Hulk we're going to get, honestly.
Because here's the thing. Like, I saw Avengers, and I've seen all the MCU films except that one, and I'm like, I'm so used to Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
I don't think I could watch a film where
Edward Norton
is the
yeah,
Hulk.
no one can. No, I mean, he's okay, I guess, in a role. Like physically, like it makes sense, but like real, I mean, it's really whatever film. It's the only MCU film that does not have a post-credit scene.
It doesn't feel like it's a part of the MCU for me. It obviously has some characters in there, like
the
dude from Civil War, but it feels so disconnected, and you don't need to watch it. Like, Avengers gives you a really good intro for the Hulk. You don't need to watch.
Yeah, no, you don't. I mean, he mentions a deleted scene in that movie, like when he says, "Oh yeah, I tried to kill myself." Remember, like Mark Ruffalo was like, that whole shit.
Exactly. So you don't even need to watch.
No, yeah, no, that was a deleted scene that actually had Captain America's frozen body in it.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember flipping shit when I was little. I was like, holy shit, he's in the film, but it's deleted.
But all right, switching to Iron Man 2. So you say it was an okay film. If it's optional.
I do not like Iron Man 2.
No. I'm talking about the Incredible Hulk. You say it's an optional film.
It's an optional film. You don't have to watch it.
If you want to watch it, you can. You don't have to though.
Yeah.
I don't have to. I don't feel an urge to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not really.
We're doing good. Yeah.
Not really into the Hulk as a. He's a great supporting character.
He really is. You can't make a whole movie out of him because you have to split the time, and people don't want to see Bruce Banner. I want to see Bruce Banner.
He's kind of a boring character.
I love Bruce Banner. How dare you?
No, he's great as a support. Fuck. Like I hit the table there. That was my bad. But as a support, like as a lead role.
Yeah.
Like, has he ever been in one of the Avengers movies? Has he ever had his own moment just by himself? No, he hasn't.
Yeah, no.
He's always just been there to help the main characters.
Yeah.
So anyway, that movie optional. Iron Man 2, one of the ones we disagree on. I love that movie.
Fuck that movie.
What was wrong with it?
Everything was wrong with that movie. It just didn't do it. It just didn't do anything. I mean, like, yeah, okay. Tony battles alcoholism.
That wasn't a point. That was like
That was a plot.
That was in one
That's
scene.
that's
for a
not
couple
throughout the entire movie. He's just doing
No.
alcoholism. He's like he's like dying or something.
No, he's dying because of the arc reactor. The radiation's killing him.
Yeah, but he also starts drinking and stuff. It's like
That was one scene. That was
they were close.
I'll
on
admit that
one.
movie does have a lot of subplots. I'll give it that. It's a bit messy. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a fantastic film. It's no Infinity War. It's no Dark Knight. Nothing's a Dark Knight. But it's for what it is, which is Iron Man 2. Basically, in saying Iron Man 2, they're saying it's Iron Man again. That's basically what they're saying.
No, because they're like, listen, like that came out May 2nd, which was 2008, and then it came out like literally like 2 years later, Iron Man 2, and it just didn't do. They were cramming too many things. They didn't say enough really that's important to Tony really as a character, and it really just left. The only things we got out of that movie was War Machine.
That's enough to make a movie good. Come on.
We got a new
War Machine's awesome.
We got a new somewhat character. And that's it. And Tony making a new element. He makes a triangle arc reactor essentially.
Your argument is that this movie didn't introduce a lot, and you just mentioned like 5 things.
Yeah, I mentioned 2 things. That's it though. Like, what does it do? Like for like, it doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything like much for Tony really. I mean, Tony's just Robert Downey Jr. is just doing his thing. He's just talking over Pepper half the time.
Okay. All right. It fixes his relationship with his father. Because he now sees his father as a hero.
No. Because here's the thing: is that he did forgive his father, but we go back. Then we go all the way down to Civil War, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my dad." He's like shitting on Captain America about.
That's a problem with Civil War. That's not a problem with Iron Man 2.
It's just. Oh my god.
But anyway.
All right, fine. We should probably move on. So
just one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer Terrence Howard or
Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle. I think
Terrence Howard's a douche. He really is in real life. He's just a douche. I mean,
Do you know why they didn't recast him?
Yeah, because he wanted more money. He wanted more than Robert Downey Jr.
Here's the thing, though. He wanted more money, but the reason he wanted more money was because they gave RDJ more money.
Well, would someone say if Civil War was high key boring? Oh hell no, we're gonna have a fight later.
Civil War was high key boring. Okay, when we get to that,
when we get to
Civil War, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we just breeze through all these next once we get to Civil War. All right.
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll go to the next one. What was the next film?
Thor.
Ooh, I did not like Thor.
Really?
Here's the thing. If I had seen Thor when everyone else saw Thor, I would have probably loved it. I saw Thor after I saw Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
So I saw the best Thor movie, and then I saw the origin.
All right.
I thought it started off cool, but then I was like, oh, I could be watching Ragnarok right now.
That's fair. I mean, for the time, I like Thor.
That's what I'm saying. If I had seen it when it came out, I would have liked it.
It's okay. I mean, it did a decent job blending the two things together. Now, granted, all the Dutch angles and it has my wife in it, though, Natalie Portman, all the way. Boom. You say anything about Natalie Portman, I kill you.
Stuff is live, man. You just call her your wife. All right.
But we all have our celebrity crushes.
Oh, she made the prequels good. Okay, we're getting off this topic.
Next one was. They moved on to.
No, I just want to say that Thor overall, for what it is, just an origin story. It's all right. It's not bad. I didn't. Not bad.
It's not.
It's just I couldn't like it as much as other people could. What was next?
First Avenger, Captain America.
Another one. I saw it after all the good Captain America movies.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And
I like the nostalgic of the 1940s. That was the one thing. Like I'm like the period piece of it all was. I was like, that's good for me.
Here's the thing, it's a period piece until it's not. Like it starts off in the 40s, everything's perfect, and then they're shooting lasers and there's a red skull man, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I mean that's how it was, man. I mean, like shit.
That's how it was. The Nazis were shooting lasers.
Well, we also had a guy with a robotic arm going around during the Cold War, like assassinating people left and right.
I know, but that's. I mean, it's all right. Again, you know, I'm gonna copy and paste my opinion from Thor. It's good for what it is. I did enjoy a lot of moments. The moment where he throws the grenade and Cap crawls up on it. I was like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a good origin story for his character. I mean, I wish I would see more of his battle sequences. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But overall, good movie.
Also,
that battle scene with the plane.
Yeah, that was good.
That was. I remember watching it. I'm like, this doesn't fit with this movie because this is dark and gritty action. Yeah. This does not fit with the tone of this movie. Listen, but it's awesome.
Listen, it has one of the better MCU endings of all time.
I'll give it that.
And
Oh yeah. Well, you talk about the Nick Fury New York part. That was cool.
That was cool. I'll
Alright.
admit that. So
What's next? Next is the Avengers. You didn't like this movie very much.
I don't like Joss Whedon's Avengers run. I'm gonna copy and paste this one for my other Avengers, Age of Ultron, because those two movies I just can't. I can't with Joss Whedon. All right, it's cool when it came out. It's cool seeing all my characters on one screen. Other than that, I can give a shit about the Avengers movies. Other than that, except for Infinity War, and that's because it was written by two different people.
All right, I'm gonna copy and paste one more time. It was good for what it was, but the action was so good that it just. I love that movie. It's not the best story. The story is literally, bad guy wants to invade city. Superheroes must stop him. It doesn't go any deeper than that. Like, they don't give a motivation as to why Loki's evil. He's just evil because he is. Like, the story is extremely basic, but it's just so cool. Like, I'll admit it's not a good story, but it's just so cool.
I can't
love it.
I can't
It's
sell
just so
for it.
cool.
The only parts that were interesting to me was just like them just kind of chilling out without their outfits on.
But I mean, that movie wasn't meant to be deep or thought provoking or.
No, I mean, I'm not saying
It was just meant to see all these people on screen
Yeah,
just
but, like,
shooting and stabbing stuff.
Okay, well, if you compare that to like Infinity War, then Infinity War was meant to do the same thing. It did a lot better.
Because that's the third chapter. They already established it.
That was a beautiful third. All right. Well, okay.
Alright,
Let's go to phase.
Phase
before we,
2.
Oh man, we only got 8 minutes.
That's fine.
All right, phase 2.
Iron Man 3.
Fuck
Never
Iron Man.
saw it.
Fuck Iron Man 3 for burning passion.
I'm guessing that when you know what, I'm gonna try to watch Iron Man 3 before next week, and my guess is that I'm gonna like it because everyone told me Iron Man 2 was trash. I love that movie.
Iron Man 3 just can eat my ass. I'm not gonna explain to you what happens in that movie. It just that shit can eat my ass.
All right.
Fucking
The Dark World. I never saw that one
Don't
either.
see that movie. Don't see
That's
Dark
another
World.
one. Except this time, I believe that if I don't want to watch that movie because I believe that
No,
if I
because
watch
Dark
it, I'm
World
not
is
gonna like
nothing. It's just they're like, let's put Thor in modern day for a second, and then let's go and like fucking battle some dark elves. The only thing that's important about it is that they introduce like the red stone and like the red stone for the Infinity Stone. That's
it. Oh,
it.
the Reality Stone.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't need to know that.
You really don't.
I saw Infinity where I never questioned where that thing came from.
Oh, story of Dark World.
Also, wait, if it started in Thor, how did it end up in like the Guardians universe?
The Collector and shit.
We're not going into this.
Anyway.
But overall, I guess that's another optional superhero movie.
It really is. That it's just
It's another optional MCU film.
No, for me it's not. It just does not. No one needs to watch that movie. After
if you're just not optional, it just needs to be deleted.
It needs to be deleted.
Command delete on that one.
Yeah. All right. What is it? The Winter Soldier, Captain America.
This is such a good movie.
That's
such a
great.
good movie.
That is great right there. That's
that is such a good
that
movie.
political thriller aspect is amazing in that
You know
one.
what's funny though? I saw that movie. I remember loving it. I barely remember the movie itself. I think the reason was because I was cramming MCU films before watching Infinity War.
Jesus.
But I don't blame the movie for that. It was such a good film. I remember all these MCU films that had that same formula. You know, joke, dark tone, jokes, like so many jokes. These MCU films have so many jokes.
Yeah.
But this one was just like it was so much more interesting because the tone was so much darker. And we had not really seen that in any of these other movies before.
No, we haven't.
And so it was really something special, and I love...
This live stream might end, my phone might die, but you know what, we're going to keep on going.
That's fine.
It was like 10%.
Oh, Anna loved Iron Man 3. See, I told you, I think I might like this movie.
No, Iron Man 3 is shit!
I think I might like it.
I can't tell you what happens, but like, there's a point in the movie
Next week, we're going to come back, and I'll let you know if I liked it or not.
Alrighty, so...
I loved it.
I
might like it.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, we have a rivalry with these Guardians
of the Galaxy
I love
sucks.
both of them. He hates both of them.
I hate the second one more.
That's the better one.
No, fuck the second one, honestly. With a burning passion. God damn it, man. Oh, yeah, hey, what's up, Jack? Anyway,
okay, look. Okay. Guardians is like the first one. It's all right. It's not fantastic, but it's good. It's good. Guardians 2, there's so much more emotional investment. His whole plot with the mom, the relationship between Gamora and Star-Lord. It's such a good movie, and the jokes are so funny.
Some of them.
Guardians 2, guys, tell me Guardians 2 is not a fantastically comedic film.
It's a bitch.
It's such a funny movie. I laughed out loud so many times watching
I am
it.
moving. Oh, wait, is that? Well, I am moving on. Wait, what is that? Age of Ultron.
Yeah, see,
Where did you-
Yondu was a fantastic character.
He was no,
Uh,
he was a good character in the first one. Then he sucked ass in the second movie.
What?
He had one good scene in the second movie. That's when him and Rocket taking over the ship again. Fuck everything else about that movie.
Damn. All right. Okay, we're moving on.
All right, Age of Ultron. I'm gonna skip that one.
You know, we're gonna skip it. I liked it.
Fuck that movie.
It was
The party scene is the only great thing about that movie. Everything Ultron sucks ass. Anyway,
Ant-Man we talked about.
Ant-Man is that's an okay. That's an okay one. It's a good.
I love
film.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd is good.
Here's the like MCU films are kind of separated into the action ones, like the darker ones, which honestly, let's be honest, that's just Civil War and Winter Soldier. Those are the only like darker ones, and then like the comedy ones, like Ant-Man, Homecoming. I think you could even say Ragnarok is like a comedy film.
It is a comedy film.
Like so, Ant-Man was one of the comedic films. It made me laugh. It was a funny film.
Yeah.
The villain was terrible, but that wasn't the point of the movie. The point of the movie wasn't for you to care about the villain. He was just there as something to fight against.
All right, that's another discussion for another day. Fucking MCU villains, because it's ridiculous.
Okay, and you know what? We'll
All
get to that when we get to
all
the.
right, Civil War.
I love
Beautiful
Civil War.
Civil War.
I love
It's
Civil
a
War.
beautiful film. Right
Anna
there.
thought Civil War was boring.
Yeah, she did think Civil War was boring. Yeah, you know what else is boring too? That podcast of theirs. Anyway, that's my plug-in for them. Yeah, that tea time. Anyway,
Well,
we're
you just lost like 3 friends right there.
Yeah, I did. Anyway,
What's the unpopular opinion? I kind of want to know what this is.
Civil War. Civil War. I think Civil War was great. Great political also.
I love the ending.
Ending's great with Cap and
when Cap, Bucky, and
yeah, that's great. That's a part. Best part because it negated expectations. Honestly, like you get like, what was it? Like I thought they were gonna fight all those Winter Soldier characters and they didn't, and I was like, that's even better. Like
no, it was a nice twist. You for the entire film, you think they're gonna team up and fight against this threat, like in every other superhero movie. But instead, we got them fighting against each other, and it was awesome. But it was also like heartbreaking at the same time.
Exactly.
And Zemo. I thought he was a good MCU villain.
Already.
Because he was smart. He wasn't.
No, and unlike anything else, Zemo actually won. Let's think about that for a second.
He did, yeah.
He won. No one ever says anything about that. Like but Zemo won, essentially.
And I love it because usually these MCU villains are good fighters. You know, they're doing kung fu moves. They're flying and twirling through the sky. This guy's just a dude who's smart.
I will say that the ending to Civil War kind of like undoes everything that the whole rest of the movie was essentially because they fight, they bicker, they fight, and then they're like, oh, we're not friends anymore. But then Tony, Captain America's like sends him a phone and he's like,
I mean, they're still not.
No, I mean like he's like, whenever you need me, Tony, just call me. I'm like, you bitch.
Regardless, we thought it was a good film.
Doctor Strange.
I thought this movie was boring.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, there's nothing really.
It had its moments. Don't get me wrong. Doctor Strange really did have its moments, but
oh man, I got minutes.
Overall, I thought it was boring. Overall.
All right, I'm gonna end this stream so I don't die.
No, don't end it right now.
I got 1 minute. Okay,
let them die. Let them die.
All right. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I want to skip that motherfucker.
We talked about it, but I liked it. He didn't.
All right.
Homecoming.
Great.
This was such a funny movie. I loved
Homecoming. Was great. I like Homecoming.
Tell me that they have one of the best MCU endings.
Oh yeah, well I mean it was Iron Man's ending essentially.
Basically, but funnier. It was actually better. I didn't think they could top Iron Man, but they did. Ragnarok we talked about. They went from dark world to Thor comedy,
which is great. I mean, everybody says like he's been tossed around, but I like him.
He changed from a hero I didn't really like to a hero I did like.
Exactly. Black Panther. I love Black Panther. Now, granted, I know there's flaws in that one. But
I am so conflicted on Black Panther.
I mean, we saw it again recently, but like,
there's so many things in that movie that I love, but just the logic in that movie is so flawed that it almost takes me out. It doesn't completely.
Hey man, Killmonger is one of those best villains out there. I love Killmonger.
Man, we should extend this to 2 hours so I could talk about Black Panther alone for like a full hour.
I know.
And then of course, the coup de grace, Avengers: Infinity War.
That's great.
What a movie.
That's a great movie right there.
What I love about that movie, there's like 5 different villains. There's Thanos and then his 4 dudes.
Those 4 dudes get wasted.
Those 4 dudes could be their own villains in a separate movie because they're so strong.
Yeah, they got wasted though in that movie. They really did.
Because they had to. But
yeah,
like,
just kind of but which then in that case, why were they there in the first place?
Because they had to be.
For why?
Because it was that's how the comics go. But anyway, I guess we're ending it.
Yeah, we gotta end it. Yeah, we actually we do. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we do.
7.
All right.
So those were our thoughts on the MCU and how it's affected Hollywood, whether for the better, for the worse. And yeah, we'll come back next week and we'll have a different Hollywood topic to talk about.
Hopefully we're a little more prepared.
Yeah, I'll put that all on Ahmari.
Oh,
But
okay, I see.
all right, have a great day, guys.